And welcome back. Green Worker Cooperatives is a South Bronx-based organization dedicated to incubating worker-owned green businesses in order to build a strong local economy rooted in democracy as well as environmental justice. They train and develop worker cooperatives, and they have a positive environmental impact and enable the transformation of their members as well as their community. We're pleased to be joined right now by the worker co-op developer at Green Worker Cooperatives, Danielle LeBlanc, and we thank you so much for joining us, Danielle.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you for
meet
having
you.
me.
And when we talk about green workers and just basically green economy, it's something that's on the rise. So share with us a little bit about the work that your organization does.
Sure. Our organization was started a number of years ago to help local community members start their own green businesses. Um, about 5 years ago, we switched to pioneering the first worker cooperative business planning bootcamp. So it's a ground up academy model, and we call it the Co-op Learning Institute. And it helps train people to form their own worker-owned cooperatives in a number of industries. But one facet of that is promoting and teaching how to make your business green, no matter what industry or field it's in.
And so when we talk about making a business green, how hard a process is that? And how do you get people from point A to point B?
Well, it is a process that it's very intensive. And so we're actually working on trying to, um, take a deeper dive in that process. Traditionally, we focused on promoting um, having people think through their business cycle and trying to make it as zero waste as possible, seeing how they can reuse, reduce, and then of course recycle by either donating, swapping, etc. Their inputs and outputs. So it's really industry specific, of course, depending on what your business is. But so our our founder, and a number of our co-ops that have gone through our program have been very involved in advocacy work in the city, promoting the zero waste bill before it was put into law. And we also have a number of co-ops that are specifically green focused in their industry as well. So we have a cooperative called Green Fiend Organics, and they are a composting cooperative, and it was founded by Gior.
Mhm.
Um, and she would actually be a great person to have on your program. Um, and we have a few farms. We have an urban farm called We Are Earth that does container gardening, and also teaches communities, people, schools how to start their own urban farms. We have a co-op that came through a program called SUNS, Solar Uptown Now Services, and they do solar installation. So we have green focused businesses like that, but we also have a number of businesses that from a range of industries like catering businesses, craft businesses. For example, Cards by Day, it's a card making business.
Mhm.
And they've actually been very active in making their business zero waste.
Yeah.
They're not a green quote unquote business in the green industry field. They take very seriously the process of reducing waste, reusing, recycling, etc.
Yeah. So I know you also have what's called 7 principles of cooperation. Can you explain to us a little about the principles?
Sure. So the 7 cooperative principles are actually shared by all cooperative businesses, entities, etc. So we help people create worker-owned cooperatives, but there are other types of cooperatives like um, food co-ops, and there are credit unions, etc. So we all share these cooperative principles. And so they're voluntary and open membership, meaning that you co-op, right? You choose to join, and it's open um, to anyone who fits the service area or the membership area. So for example, for credit union, it might be open to people who are teachers. That might be their field of membership, but then you can't discriminate against different types of teachers, et cetera. As long as you meet the requirements, it's an open membership. Then there's democratic member control, meaning that there's membership has a say in what goes on with the co-op. Member economic participation in the cooperative, meaning you get to be involved in the economic activity of what your co-op is, and also you benefit and you share the fruits of that economic activity and participation. There's autonomy and independence, education, training, and information. And that's important because you can't really be involved in decision-making if you do not receive continual education and there's not transparency, et cetera, in what is important to your cooperative. There's cooperation among cooperatives, meaning that cooperatives try to work together and promote the principles of cooperative development. And lastly, is concern for community. Most co-ops are formed because there is some benefit to the community or some need in the community that the people came together to address by forming the co-op.
So I know you also have a not-for-profit co-op academy, then you have the co-ops itself. Can you give me a little bit about the difference between both and what you have going on with the co-op academy?
Sure. So the Co-op Academy, like I mentioned, is we call it the Co-op Learning Institute. And so it is a 5-month training program that is comprised of a 2-hour weekly sessions on various topics, such as various topics on starting a worker-owned cooperative business. So developing your business model, governance systems, financial management, et cetera. We also address things such as active listening and conflict resolution and accountability, and just learning how to work together and make decisions as a group for your business. So those sessions are over 5 months, 2-hour weekly sessions on those different topics. We also have clinics where the members can come in and work on their business model and answer questions and speak to each other. Right now, because of COVID, this is all online. For the past 2 years, we've been doing these sessions over Zoom. And then we also have partnerships with other organizations. So for example, Take Root Justice, they provide pro bono legal assistance to the co-ops who go through a program to help them with their legal formation. And we also have partnerships with the Business Outreach Center to help people develop their financial projections and do financial analysis for their business. And we also have partnerships with financial institutions like the Working World, and co-ops are eligible to receive a loan from the Working World and other partners once they've started and have been doing business for 6 months to a year.
So I know one of your targets is really being able to help poor communities. Talk to me about how the work that you're doing is really impacting poor communities.
So cooperatives are formed by 2 or more people pooling their talents and their resources together to form a business. And because of our academy model, where people come to us with their own business ideas, that they're creating businesses that they see fills a need in their local communities. These are all local businesses. So we help them get the tools to bring their ideas to life. And cooperatives, because oftentimes people don't have the financial means, and people work and have full-time start a business when you're doing it on your own, right? So forming a worker cooperative, you're able to pool the resources, to pull your talents, to pull your time together and form this business where you have equal say, and you also get an equal return in the work that you put into the business. It's not according to how much equity you could put in terms of financial equity. It's about the sweat equity you put in, and that's how you share profits and dividends of your business. Um, and so, yeah, this a tool. Cooperatives are really a tool for people to address the needs in their local communities, see where the gaps are in their local economies, and meet those needs.
So for you, I know you're pretty busy, got a lot going on, but tell us about some events that you have coming up that maybe the public can participate in.
Sure. Well, we're actually right now hosting our Co-op Academy. We have a session tonight. We're about halfway through, and June 16th, we'll be having our graduation. It will be online via Zoom. And so we could share the registration details with you, depend on your website, and you can also visit our website at www.greenworker.coop, and that's COOP, greenworker.coop, to be able to register, attend the graduation, see what it's all about, hear from some of the teams that have gone through this year's Co-op Learning Institute, and learn about the businesses they're creating.
So for you, obviously, very hands-on and in-depth. Talk to me about the impact that you feel that the organization has made within the community.
Mhm. Well, from our co-ops, actually, I could read a couple of quotes from some people who've been through our Co-op Academy. And one of the things, we not only teach people and give them the skills to open a business and start a business, but they make connections and network with the other teams that are there in the program with them, and then also the wider cooperative community in New York City. There is a broad cooperative coalition here, and it's a place where people get support and really try to help and support each other in growing their businesses. So in the words of a co-op, this is a worker owner from We Are Earth, and they went through our 2021 Co-op Learning Institute. And she said that GWC helped me and my team gain the knowledge needed to start our co-op. They walked us through the steps of how to create a business model canvas, research potential customers, and make connections with other co-ops and potential partners. I greatly recommend GWC to anyone who's interested in starting a co-op but limited in experience. Plus, the GWC network is a great resource that you can always come back to long after you learn the program. And that's a key thing, because starting a business is it's a long process, it's a long path. And the most important thing is sticking to it and having the determination to go through the ups and downs of starting a business, especially when you're starting it, when you have, you don't have the freedom to like quit your job and, hire like a nanny to take care of your kids and like focus all your efforts on your business, like call family, friends who could just, give you their credit card or give you money. Like this is a path for people who are dedicated and have a mission-oriented focus. So most of our co-ops, while they're businesses, they are also mission-oriented, right? To serve a need in their communities. And so, having the support system of a network like ours really helps people as they continue that journey past the actual bootcamp program that we provide.
Well, Danielle LeBlanc, thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit about Green Worker Cooperatives. We appreciate you, and thank you for the work that you're doing in enhancing our community.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, we are taking a quick break on the Social Justice Forums, and when we come back, we'll have another guest right after this.